from being just some second-class citizen, as they call it, Johnny come nobody. They don't know. We don't care what so we want to come out of that special state, Moorish kids.
That's right.
We want to demonstrate our original divine creed. Our holy prophet established what he called divine and a national movement. So this includes or encompasses all of our people, regardless of what organization you may belong to.
That's right.
Regardless of what social club you may have been affiliated with. This has to do with, I don't care what church, what mosque, what temple, whatever the case may be. Everybody here in this era of time is bearing witness to the unfoldment of the fulfillment of the prophecies of Noble Drew Ali. When you hear us talking about our flag, it was brought forth on the soul plane before it became a manifest thing. You see? This flag is as old as the great God Allah himself. When you talk about love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, that was on the manifest before the flesh was on the manifest. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice was a part of creation being brought into the manifest. And the scimitar was there too. Justice was taking its course from the beginning, you see? So when you go back to the essence and you go into the self and you become that banner, you become that living manifestation, you become that circle 7, you become perfect in essence, because that's the nature in which you were meant to be created anyway. Then we ourselves will be placed back at that pinnacle. And that pinnacle is where the wisdom derives from.
That's right.
And the wisdom, the will, and the love is what will bring us into conformity to the will.
Praise the Lord.
You see? When we say conformity to the will, we're talking about conformity to deific will.
That's right.
That's unity. Salvation, our God, unity, right? And our holy prophet also brought our laws in the Moorish Holy Quran, and it tells us that the great God Allah, in his providence, that he has brought forth a law by means that it be set down in ever all its works, that we ourselves have the same law in us. We conform to this law. We don't submit to the law because we're being forced. We don't have to force ourselves to submit into love. We conform to love.
Right.
It's natural to love. It's unnatural to hate.
Right.
So who taught us to hate? Where did we get that behavior from? Where did we get that type of mentality from? We learned that as a result of oppression. We got it from realms of maya and illusion. A lot of time, the things that we hate, we have some type of, we say, blind look at. Really, it's nothing that has any power in the first place.
That's right.
And so you're getting caught off by distractions.
That's right.
So that's why we have to demonstrate self-determination. Put self-determination out front. And you putting the prophet out front by demonstrating that. We say he's the love thought made manifest. In our teachings, we are told in the Moorish Holy Quran that spirit man was given a soul that he might function upon the plane of soul, and a body of flesh that he might function upon the plane of things made manifest. So man is not the body nor the soul. He is a spirit and a part of the great God Allah. Islam? So if he's a spirit and a part of the great God Allah, go into he said, what is the duty of a prophet?
That's right.
To save nation from the wrath of Allah. Islam? So let's go back into the measure. Spirit man was a thought of the great God Allah made manifest. The prophet is a thought of the great God Allah made manifest. An angel is the thought of the great God Allah made manifest. So what do they all have in common? Because Allah don't have dirty thoughts. All of his thoughts are pure. So you pure by nature. And man, it's just a grand measure. I've been on the manifest 3:30 this morning trying to get to my Moorish kin. And it's a grand drawing just to be here, to stand upon the shoulders of giants such as yourselves. Because I'll say this right here. Watch the Moorish hordes as they come in.
That's right.
Because the fulfillment of the prophecy is on the manifest.
Right.
We've seen the preparation, but now this is the age of fulfillment.
right.
And this work will be done.
Islam.
And those who come after us,
That's right.
they will already have something to stand upon.
That's right.
They ain't got to worry about how they gonna do it, because it'll already be done.
That's right.
What our holy prophet said, our holy prophet told us. He said that when he said that he was gonna do a thing, he had already done it.
That's right.
So when he came forth, and you know, our chairman been on the manifest for the longest. You know, when he said he was going to repeat himself, you often hear me say this. He wasn't talking about just browbeating you over the head. He has repeated himself. He is the personification of his grand body. He's not dead. And as long as we think that he is dead and that he no longer lives, you don't believe that he can bring you a government from the plane of soul. You don't believe that he can bring you a flag from the plane of soul. You see? So we want to give honors to you, Moorish Ken. I ain't going to hold you up, because I would love to see this matrimonial Hajj that's getting ready to be demonstrated, and it's coming from us. You know, we didn't have to go to the city hall, all these measures or whatever the case may be, and you're free. And you're free. You know, so that being said, Moorish Ken, I'll stand down. Because you know we Moors can talk till we get white around the mouth. You know, when I say Islamism, peace, love, and law, gratitude. We love you with love and divinity, Moorish Ken.
Islam. Islam. Now you know why that's the sister that's the grand sheik.
That's right.
It's always a joy, especially when we have a class, because they have their own class on Saturdays on a national conference call. They call the Moorish Perspectives, and it's always a powerful class. And also it's good to know, because you know our prophet, when you hear me speak about Egypt or Kemet, if you will, you oftentimes, because I let you know the line of prophets always, they're in there, and they have, all of them got to go to Egypt. So one of the specialties that Shahi has is that he's special in it as a committee and adept master.
That's right.
And this is what our prophet began. So in our teachers here at the Moorish American Government level, a lot of Moors don't realize how honored we are and blessed we are to have Shaheed there with these teachings, you know, because it causes for a higher level of interpreting the law.
That's right, Mom.
A much higher level. So if you wonder what distinguishes the Moorish American Government or the citizens from other Moorish Americans or those that members or whatever the case may be, that's what it is. It's your interpretation of the committee and studies, the same thing that Noble Ali had to go through. Because he said, you know, he wants you to walk in his footsteps. Everything that he did, he wants you to do. And if you, for those of you who may not have it, we've got what is called the 7 adept degrees that Noble Ali had to pass in going through Kemet when he was there in Egypt. For the time, age of 16, for 10 years that he was there. Okay, so we got those lessons available for you, so you'll know. And once you learn what the prophet had to go through, then you can see yourself.
Praise Allah.
Okay, so that's another reason why we have those lessons available to you. So with this in mind, before we call on the great ones, I want to call on the National Grand Sheik. And if the more to help him coming over this way. But you ain't got to stand up, Mo. You want to sit down? You want to sit?
Stand on. Islam. You rise from my station and give a lot of praise, adoration, thanksgiving, and glory. And to his beloved though, who brought us to our story, the one who is divine, noble and divine. Noble all the time. Our brother man the prophet, Noble Drew Ali, who did come 5 times more powerful, just to set us all free. We give that brother the highest honors that we can bestow upon man. And to our officials and our staff, truly give you honors for everything that you do on behalf of the prophet. We give honors to our Grand Mufti, Grand Mufti Corps, the Grand Ministers, student ministers alike, mighty angels, here, there, and everywhere. We give honors to the Moorish citizens, sympathizers, and supporters. We give honors to those who brought forth this grand occasion. She didn't have to do it.
That's right.
Truly, I am humbled before you this day. I have gone through a few transitions, but I'm all right.
Praise the Lord.
All
right.
One said the key word, and I want us to focus on this, because everything that my brothers and officials spoke about, it's the truth. We at war. We at war. And it's not a physical war per se. It's a mental war. It's a battle for our souls and minds. We are here to teach our babies.
That's right. That's right.
Prophet says third and fourth generation who know the good of my laws. Take you old Moors, and set you in the back. And carry out my laws. We here to make that manifest with them babies. Now you got to protect them babies. One says chief protector. You got to protect them babies. Because everything we are, everything we desire to be, reside in what? And who? Them. Your future. That's you in the future. So we don't have time to be around here speaking about this is President Bay's flag. Oh, President Bay done it again. I mean, what is the purpose of it? What purpose does it serve? Is it going to bring security and peace for our people who are getting brutalized over here in America? When them babies getting killed in the street because they don't know, because they can carry a Glock down. But the Europeans say, you can't carry that. Now they have a shootout with them. Because the child has been taught by program that the gun is this available weapon. Where the Moors at? That's what we talking about. So when I declared boot on the ground,
That's right.
that's what I meant.
That's right, Mo.
That's what the prophet said. Come on, ye Asiatics, and learn the truth about yourself. You're not Negroes, colored folks, black people, nor Ethiopians. Why? Because these names were given to slaves. Simple.
That's right.
By slave owners in 1779 and last until when? Doing what? Why did it last until 1865?
Come on.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh.
He's himself.
The prophet freed you.
That's right.
You was free to be yourself.
That's right, Mo.
They couldn't harass you like that no more. George Bob couldn't own you no more. Talking about the 13th, 14th minute. I think the minister was talking about that earlier.
Reality.
He couldn't own you no more. They had to let you go. But where did it put you? Out on the bigger plantation. Because you don't know who you are. You don't even know how you got here. You don't know what they did to get you here. Now, one come with a book, Exhuming of a Nation. What does that mean? You talking about We got to get some digging to do.
That's right, Mo. That's right. That's right.
Where my pallbearers at? Where you at? We got some digging to do. Because our fight is not against each other.
That's right.
Our fight is against those who desire to keep us enslaved,
That's right. Demonstrate it.
Come on.
who are in them organizations getting paid by the one to keep us enslaved. You know we are. And justice must get you. Let it be here and she, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Because I got the power invested in my hand. And I will have to enforce the law in order to stay the nation.
That's right.